All right, so get ready because we're going deep today.
Deep
Into the world of roadside attractions.
Oh,
You know, those places you see off the highway that just make you go, what?
I love those.
Right. And we found a real gem for today's deep dive.
Oh, a gem.
It's called Tex and Edna Boyle's Prairie Warehouse and Curio Emporium.
That's a mouthful.
It is a mouthful, right? But just try to picture this. It's out in the middle of the Badlands,
Okay.
sun-baked landscape, and suddenly you see this sign.
Right.
And this ad we found, it just promises the wildest things.
Like what?
Okay, a giant prairie dog statue you can climb on.
Wait, what? A prairie dog.
Yeah, Jojo, they call him.
Okay.
Then there's wild Bill Hickok's desk chair,
Get out.
like the actual chair he sat in.
Wow. Okay.
Plus, they got stuffed woodchucks, a whole collection.
Stuffed woodchucks. That's
Yeah.
specific.
Right, and it just gets weirder.
I'm hooked already.
And what's really interesting is how they talk in this ad.
How so?
Every other line, it's, right, Tex. That's right, Edna.
Huh. That's a little odd.
So we got to figure out what's going on with Tex and Edna, too.
A mystery wrapped in a prairie dog enigma.
Exactly. So why do you think people are still drawn to these weird roadside attractions in our, digital age?
It's like a primal urge, you know?
Oh, really?
We crave the unusual, something different from our everyday routines.
You think so?
Think about it. Don't you get excited finding a hole-in-the-wall bookstore or a vintage shop with crazy stuff?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's that same feeling amplified. These roadside attractions are like little adventures waiting to happen.
Yeah, like stepping into a different world.
Precisely. And this one with a giant prairie dog, no less.
Right. So, okay, we got to get back to Tex and Edna, this whole, right, Tex. That's right, Edna.
Yeah.
Thing is just too much to ignore.
Well, it's definitely a choice, a branding choice, maybe.
You think it's intentional?
It could be their way of establishing a partnership, showing they're a team.
A team with a peculiar communication style.
But look at it this way. Maybe Edna's the brains of the operation and Tex is the ever-supportive partner.
So maybe that's their key to success.
Could be. Sometimes the best partnerships aren't about perfect harmony.
Oh, really?
It's about balance, playing off each other's strengths and quirks.
Okay, so now we got to talk about the Curios, the heart of their emporium.
Right. The Curios, what are they exactly?
Besides sounding like something you'd catch.
Huh. Well, think of a curio as an object with a story, a piece of history, or maybe just something wonderfully weird.
Okay, so Wild Bill's chair, even if it's not the real deal, it evokes the Wild West. Right?
Exactly. You look at it and you're transported back in time.
Oh, and we can't forget the car wreck they have on display, the one James Dean supposedly didn't walk away from.
Morbid but fascinating, right? It shows how tragedy can become a legend, especially when tied to someone like James Dean.
It's like they're curating a collection of bizarre Americana.
Exactly. And they're doing it with a good dose of business savvy, too.
Oh, how so?
Think about it. They're targeting road trippers, offering free ice water, which is brilliant in the Badlands.
Yeah, that's smart.
And then they highlight the big attractions. Jojo, the prairie dog. Chucky, the baseball-playing chicken.
Made a baseball-playing chicken.
Oh, yeah. Chucky's a big deal, apparently.
Okay, now that I gotta see.
They know how to create an experience, something people will remember and talk about.
So paint me a picture. I'm driving through the Badlands sun's setting dust everywhere I pull up to this emporium.
Okay, so imagine that dry desert air, the smell of dust mingled with maybe old wood leather from Annie Oakley's saddle.
Wait, they have Annie Oakley's saddle too.
You hear kids laughing, a rooster crowing somewhere, and maybe faintly you hear, right, Tex? That's right, Edna.
This is sensory overload in the best way.
It's an escape from the ordinary, which is what makes these places so appealing.
It makes you wonder what we'd each consider a curio from our own lives.
What object would you choose and what story would it tell?
That's a great question to ponder, for sure.
Keeps the adventure going even after the deep dive ends.
That's right.
That's right.
And on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive into Tex and Edna's wacky world.
Until our next adventure.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
See ya.